Good afternoon. On behalf of the Carrie and Fenn Foundation, we welcome you to our seniors program. My name is Reverend Michelin Walton, and I am your host for the Paul Culver and Sparky Johnson Seniors Program. This program is brought to you by the Carrie and Fenn Foundation in partnership with the Ajax Legion, Parkland Ajax, Grandad Cares, and PINDAB Limited. Paul Culver, my dad, and Sparky Johnson, my dear friend, were advocates for community and selfless service. It is an honor to represent the memory of both of them as we take part in our programs. So this program has been taking place every Thursday from 1 to 2:30 during the month of May. So this is the third one. And the final one will be next week, but don't worry, we're not going to disappear forever. We always like running this program and connecting with everybody and offering this service to our seniors. During your registration, you have committed to participate according to your registration. And really moving forward, even though we just have today and next week, we invite you to join your friends for the future. We have great topics and speakers. If you haven't had a chance to register yet, please do so we can ensure that you receive our correspondence. Here are some of the rules for our program. Our speakers will start and take any questions you may have within their allotted time. That's the same as every seniors program we've done. If you have any questions and you're not comfortable asking the questions, you can put it in the little chat box. I know it's here somewhere. Terry, I'm sure you're used to that. It's in the chat box somewhere. You can ask a question. You can ask
it's down at the bottom there.
It's down at the bottom. Okay, thank you. So you can ask a question to the speaker after they're finish their chat. Or you can put your hand up with a little emoji, or you can ask them during. Just so you know, if you don't want to say your question out loud, you can put it in the chat and we will say it for you. Our speakers are professionals within their respective fields. However, we are not medical professionals. We're not doctors and we do not give medical advice. So we ask you to always consult a qualified medical professional for individual medical care. We take no responsibility or liability. Our waiver, which you have agreed to during your registration, applies. Okay, so we're going to get started. Like I said, today we're going to switch it up a bit. Usually I do trivia at the end. I kind of like the trivia. We had one last week. Was more of a music one. So I am going to start. If everybody, I'll give you a little bit, and we're going to take up the answers after. So I'm just going to ask you right now to take a moment just to get a pen and a paper if you can. So there are going to be 25 questions in Canada General Knowledge. This is the trivia this week, Canada General Knowledge. And I will ask you the question, and I will ask you just to write down your answers. And then when we're finished, we'll see how everybody did. Okay. So if everybody's ready, I'm going to move forward. If everybody else is muted, and that's, well, most of the people are muted here. If nobody's ready, put up your hand now on your little emojis. If not, we're going to get started with our trivia. So this is Canada General Knowledge. Okay. Question number 1. What is the total number of time zones in Canada? Time zones. What is the total number? So we've got Pacific, Central. So what is the total number of time zones in Canada? Okay. Number 2. The name Canada comes from Iroquois language, which means what? What does the name Canada actually mean? It comes from the Iroquois language. Interesting one, eh? The name Canada comes from Iroquois language. What does it mean? Okay, question number 3. The maple leaf exists in the flag of Canada. How many corners or points does it have? How many points on the maple leaf in the flag, in the Canadian flag? And if I'm going too fast, just give me a little emoji there. Otherwise, I'll continue on. Number 4. Which Canadian Prime Minister won the Nobel Peace Prize? So you have to know the prime ministers to begin with. It wasn't one of late, so I'll give you that hint. Which Canadian Prime Minister won the Nobel Peace Prize? And I'm going to give you a little hint here. Bonjour, mes amis. Hello, my friends. What are the 2 official languages used in Canada? Oh, that was good, eh? Did you catch that one? I did. What are the 2 official languages used in Canada? Okay, number 6. Which is the only official bilingual province of Canada? There's only one official bilingual province. And it's probably not the one you're thinking. I'll just give you that hint. There is only one official bilingual province in Canada. Question number 7. How many total provinces exist in Canada? Okay, number 8. Canada is the 2nd largest country in the world by area. Do you know the total area in square kilometers? This is a math question. I wouldn't get it. Math is not my favorite. But do you know the total area in square kilometers? And it's in the millions. I'll help you out with that. Okay, number 9. Which 2 countries have the world's longest binational land borders? So 2 nationalities, which countries, and this is Canada knowledge, so that should be a hint there, have the world's longest binational land borders? Okay, how's everybody doing? Number 10. What is the capital city of Canada? Okay, number 11. Now this is a 3-parter here. Name the 3 largest metropolitan areas of Canada. What are the 3 largest cities, basically? That was number 11. Number 12. What is the largest city in Canada? Okay, and I want the day, month, and year for this one, please. Number 13. On which date was the Canadian Confederation developed? What is the date of the Canadian Confederation? Day, month, and year. Just gonna go see if anybody's asking me anything in chat. There's nothing in there at the moment. Okay, number 14, moving right along. Who was the second Prime Minister of Canada? Oops. Number 14 was who was the second Prime Minister of Canada? Okay, number 15. The Canadian flag first appeared on which date? Again, day, month, and year. Which day, month, and year was the first appearance of the Canadian flag? Some of these date ones, you might get the maybe the year or maybe the month. So number 16. Newfoundland joined the Canadian Confederation in which year? I'll tell you it was March 31st, but which year did Newfoundland join the Canadian Confederation? Okay. Number 17. This is a very bizarre one. However, they do have some interesting. Which Canadian invented instant mashed potatoes in 1962? His first name was Edward. I've never heard of this guy, but he invented instant mashed potatoes. His first name was Edward. Terry, you're looking perplexed. I've never heard of it either. Okay, I just gotta look up. Number 18. In which province does Jasper National Park of Canada exist? In which province does Jasper National Park exist? Okay, number 19. What is the total height, and this is going to be in feet, what is the total height of Niagara Falls? And it's over 100. I'll give you a hint. What is the total height of Niagara Falls? Number 20. I'm wondering if I even knew this. I'm not that young, but I'm not that old. Number 20. Who was the first and only female Prime Minister of Canada? The first and only Prime Minister of Canada. Lorraine, I see you answered that. I don't know how you got that question, but good for you. We're going to save the answers till the end, but you are correct. So if anybody wants to look in chat, we have an answer to number 17. Okay. Number 21. In which year what did Canada's first railway line open? That's way back there too. So number 21. In which year did Canada's first railway line open? Is it? I find trivia so interesting because some people just have the weirdest trivia. You ask them a question, they're like, oh, I know that. I'm like, how the heck did you know that? Okay, number 22. In 1873, how many police officers were there in the mounted police? This is in 1873, so probably when, well, I wasn't born anyway, but way back then. How many police officers were there in the mounted police? I will give you a hint, it's under 10. Okay, coming to the end here. Wow, this is shocking. Number 23, in which year did Canadian law declare women as, quote, persons? Wow, that's mind-boggling. In which year did Canadian law declare women that were actually a person? Heavens to Betsy. Okay, number 24. Oh, Canada. The national anthem was officially announced in what year? Officially. And number 25. During Queen Elizabeth II's reign, how many Canadian prime ministers had been served during her reign? How many prime ministers had been served during her reign? She was around since Moby Dick was a minnow, so it was a long time. Now, if anybody wants me to repeat a question, please type it in the chat. And like Terry told us, the chat is at the bottom. You just go chat and it comes up here and you type in a question. Okay. So everybody's good with all the questions. All right, you can get ready and type the answer in the chat if you'd like, if you know. What is the total number of time zones in Canada? If anybody wants to say. Okay. 5.5. I have a 5.5 and I have a 4. Anybody else? The answer is 6. There's 6 time zones.
How does Newfoundland get into there though? Because they're only half an hour different. That's why I put 5.5.
Oh, interesting. Terry, you're doing some math there. I just went with this, but that's interesting. Maybe something to look at, but they're only a half an hour time difference.
Yep.
Oh, fascinating. Well, it just says 6 time zones, so maybe they're giving them the whole thing, even though they're only coming in half an hour later. Yeah, but you're close. Okay. The name Canada comes from Iroquois language, which means what? If you want to type it in the chat. Yes,
Yeah.
that's correct. The village or settlements. Excellent.
Yep,
Thank
that's
you. Okay, number 3. The maple leaf exists in the flag of Canada. How many points or corners does it have? Terry, nope.
No.
No, not 9, not 15. It's in the middle there. Oh, yes. Eloisa. Yes, 11, correct. Good job. Has 11 points. It's hard with I saw you, Terry, doing this, trying to count all the points of it.
Yeah.
I think there's 2 at the bottom they count as well. And I think that's one of those random trivia ones. Okay, number 4. Which Canadian Prime Minister won the Nobel Peace Prize?
I can't remember his name.
Yes. Okay. Elon.
Yeah, that's who I was thinking of.
Pearson. Yes, Lester B. Pearson. That's correct. Good job. Bonjour. Hello. What are the 2 official languages used in Canada? Did you see how I did that though? That was good. French and English. Yes, that's right. French and English are the 2 official languages. Okay, number 6, and I know sometimes people get confused about this, and I was too. So which is the only official bilingual province of Canada? Yes, New Brunswick. It's New Brunswick. Yeah, but I think most people would think it's Montreal or Quebec, and New Brunswick. Okay, number 7. How many total provinces exist in Canada? 10. Terry, correct? 10. So don't forget, keep track of how many you're getting right here. This might be a tricky one, but we'll see who gets the closest. Canada is the second largest country in the world by area. Do you know approximately in square kilometers how big it is? And it is in the millions. Shall I just say, does anybody have a guess? No, not 10. Well, 10 is close. It's 9.98 million square kilometers.
Wow.
So whoever, Terry said 10, so that's pretty close. Yeah, 9.98 million square kilometers. It is a pretty ding dong, huge country. I know I spent a lot of time in Costa Rica and I can drive from one side to the other and not too long. And I can't even get out of Ontario for a couple of days. So it's quite a big, beautiful country. Okay, number 9. Which two countries have the world's longest binational land borders? Canada and USA. Yep. Good job. Seems everybody's got that. Okay, number 10. What is the capital city of Canada? Ottawa. Good job. Okay, now there's 3 cities here, or they're calling them largest metropolitan areas. What are the 3 largest metropolitan areas of Canada?
Can't spell, but hey.
Okay, so I see somebody, Toronto, Ottawa. So Ottawa's not in there. We have Toronto, we have Montreal, and we have Vancouver. Those are the 3 largest. And what is the largest city in Canada? It's Toronto. Right, Terry? Yeah. I do love Montreal, though. I love old Montreal. It reminds me of Europe.
Old Montreal is awesome.
Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. I love the cobblestone streets and I love the cafes, and it's a nice place to visit for sure. Okay, okay, we're on number 13. On which date did Canadian Confederation develop? We know that the month and day for sure. Yeah. July 1st, 1867.
Yeah, I mistyped the year.
No problem. July 1st, 1867. You just switch them around. Okay, who was the second Prime Minister of Canada? Number 14. Anyone?
No.
He has the same first name as the guy who invented the telephone.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mackenzie.
Correct. Alexander Mackenzie. Yeah. So the answer is Alexander Mackenzie. He is that's number 14. He was the second Prime Minister of Canada. And the Canada flag, when did it make its first appearance? Does anybody have a guess on that one? 1767. No, it's February 15th, 1965.
Oh, it was before our 100th birthday.
Yeah, February 15th, 1965. The first appearance of the Canadian flag. Okay, Newfoundland joined the Canadian Confederation in which year? It was March 31st. Anyone? March 31st, 1949.
Oh, it's only 2 years off.
You were close, very close. Okay, and somebody already answered this rent. Who invented the instant mashed potato? I don't know how you knew that one, but you were correct. Edward Asselberg. Is it Hasselberg? It is Hasselberg. What a name. Can you imagine your name being Asselberg? Instant mashed potatoes was invented by Edward Asselberg. Okie dokie, number 18. In which province is Jasper National Park of Canada? Alberta. Yeah. Okay. Who got the closest, or maybe right on? And this is in feet, and it's more than 100. What is the total height of Niagara Falls? Close, a little high. Okay. Are those the only guesses? It's 167 feet. Which is still pretty high, especially if you fall over in one of those barrels. Have anybody been there and see the barrel that lady went over in? They were crazy back in the day wanting
They
to go
were.
over it. That's just nuts. Okay, number 20. Who was the first and only female Prime Minister of Canada?
I remember the year.
Okay, I'll give you her last name is also the name of a famous soup company.
Campbell. Kim Campbell.
Yes. Whoa, my hints are good, eh?
Yeah.
Kim Campbell. Kim Campbell was the first and only female. What was the year? They don't tell me the year here. Does anybody know?
Like 1981 or something like that. And she was only prime minister for like a few months.
Okay. Kim Campbell. Okay. In which year did Canada's first railway line open? It was in July and the year was 1836.
Oh, it was way earlier than I thought.
Yeah, 1836. Number 22. In 1873, how many police officers were in the mounted police? And I gave you a hint, it was under 10. Somebody said 6. No.
I was thinking 6 as well.
Okay, no, they
One.
else?
1.
No, 9. 9 is there were 9 mounted police in 1873. That must have taken them a long time to look after all of Canada. Holy jumping. Okay, number 23. Wow, this is still a wow for me. In which year did Canadian law declare women as persons? No, it's actually later than that, Orly, and it's
Guess
shocking.
1923.
You guessed 1923. It's actually 1929. That's not that long ago.
No.
Fiddly dee. So it's 1929. What were we before we were persons, for heaven's sakes?
I knew it was after the First World War.
Yeah. That's just like, and we needed somebody to law to declare that we were persons.
Yep.
Some things are a little crazy to me. Okay. Oh, Canada. The national anthem was officially announced in which year? And this what also, nope. This also wasn't that long ago. 1980. It was official.
It's not our confederation. I would have thought it would have been.
I know. So some of this is, yeah. It was officially announced, and some of this stuff, it goes on the wording. So, "Oh Canada," the national anthem was officially announced in 1980. And the last question, during Queen Elizabeth II's reign, how many Canadian prime ministers had been served?
I guess 10.
Lower Orly, and Terry higher.
12.
12. Yeah. Okay, so everybody take a few moments to add up the trivia there. And then as you do, you can put the numbers that you how you did. So I just want to let you know that we're going to be moving forward with nutrition and fitness with Parkland Lifestyle Ajax. And then there's going to be an online tour. So you'll be able to see their facility. And then the closing is going to be with the lovely and talented Carrie and Fenn. And she's going to let you know about the exciting things that are happening for our final week of the Paul Culver, Sparky Johnson Seniors Program. Thank you for listening to my part, the trivia. I love the trivia, mostly because I have all the answers. So that makes it easy. How did everybody do?
I put mine in the chat box. 10.
10. Okay, good. You probably did better than me, and I had all the answers. So excellent. Well, thank you, everybody. I am now going to pass you over to Parkland.
Sorry, does everyone see the?
So we can see it and we can also hear you.
Perfect. Can you see the actual presentation, Lorraine, or my screen?
I can
See the
see.
presentation. Sorry.
Oh, is it okay?
Sorry, not this one. The actual one, right? Or even my notes, Lorraine. I just want to make sure because I don't
The
see
one
you
that
guys.
can
says
see-
healthy eating.
Yep, you're perfect. So we can just see the presentation and the viewpoint. So you're good.
Wonderful. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Eloisa Chico, and I'm the Director of Care here at Parkland Ajax Lifestyle Residence. And thank you for joining us this afternoon. We really love the trivia, and I really failed. I really failed on all the questions. I feel bad, but I learned a lot today. Thank you for that. Well, now we are going to discuss healthy eating. Everybody loves food, right? So
Yes, I do.
healthy eating is a key part of aging well. It is a way for you to stay healthy and strong, which is very important to maintain your independence and quality of life. It helps promote and maintain weight, and when combined with active living. Hey, move. Sorry. Okay. Did you see the slide move?
Nope.
There you go.
Perfect.
Good.
Yep.
Healthy eating helps provide energy. I'm just going to discuss what are the benefits of eating healthy, right? So it helps provide energy, promote and protect health and well-being, prevent muscle, bone loss, reduce the risks of falling or breaking your bones, help you control your weight, improves cognitive function, protects against disease, and improves organ function. A lot of benefits. A little bit of tip when we're going to do some grocery shopping in a healthy way. Number one is we have to plan a menu for a few days, or if you have time, you can plan your menu for the whole week. You try to group your grocery list items according to the aisle of the grocery store. This way, you can skip the snack aisle if you're tempted to buy, if you're kind of like that type of person that, oh, I see this chocolate on this aisle, let me grab one, because it's only one piece, right? So might as well, if you go to the grocery store and you know what items you're going to pick, just group it on the same aisle so you can skip the entire aisle where you are tempted to buy foods that you don't need to eat. It is very important to plan ahead and, read food labels to grocery shop the healthy ways as well. So I hope this will help you how to do your grocery. And when doing the grocery, the top two main things that we look is, stuck again, sorry. There you go. Healthy the shopping list is you have to look for the food that has less sodium. So food choices may be higher in salt or a salt that contains sodium. So you choose the items and brands with less sodium. And then the next one is sugar. Definitely we have to pick, it's either no added sugar or with less sugar. That would be the grade 2 food choices recommended for everybody, not only for seniors. And this is what I'm showing this is what we call eat well plate. So this is, you have to fill half of your plate with vegetables and fruits and a little bit portion of proteins and then whole grains. It has, because the fruits, a lot of vegetables and fruit contains fiber and potassium, which really helps with your blood pressure, lowers the risk of any heart diseases, stroke, and some type of cancer as well. Did you know that vegetables and fruits that are frozen and canned vegetables can be just as healthy as fresh, and they keep longer as long as you read the label that there is no added sugar, no added salt, or no added seasoning. Based on research, it could be as healthy as a fresh fruit and vegetable. So just check the labels and stay away from fruit juices that are very high in sugar. One of the benefits as well with having this, healthy eating habits is improves your sleeps. So this can improve your sleep. As a general rule, a balanced diet made up of largely variety of vegetables and fruits is able to provide the recommended daily intake of nutrients that contributes to better sleep while promoting a healthy weight as well. So healthy eating habits overall will encourage healthier sleeping patterns. And if possible, please try to have the dinner earlier in the evening, at least to give a little bit of time for the body to digest after eating large meals, especially during dinner. Next one is just only the 10 tips to improve appetite in seniors. I have a little bit of a picture here. So be mindful of the timing. We have to kind of like space your meals further apart or have smaller, more frequent meals. Choose smaller portions with high in nutrients. Try to, connect with others and, spending time with family to fight depression, because that really affects our appetite. Try to attend like this community social groups, to connect with other people, manage some pains and illnesses, review of your medications, because some medication suppresses your appetite. Good oral hygiene. Check if you have very poor dentition, or dentures are not in a good fit, because that really helps with oral health. Some fun physical activities as well. We have to get moving, participate in active living, just to make sure this will help to improve the senior's appetite as well. And the last one, which is really important as well, not only with eating vegetables and fruits, is having healthy drinks. So many options. We have water, milk, beer, wine, coffee, tea, right? Everything. All sugary drinks, sports drinks, soda. So with so many options, it's easy to be confused about which beverages are best for our health. So as you know, I believe, as you can see, the hand is picking up the water, and water is the best choice for quenching our thirst. As we age, sense of thirst may decline as well. You don't feel the urge of drinking water, but we have to still need to drink regularly, even though we don't feel the thirst. Even though we don't feel thirsty or not. Sometimes coffee or tea is really a healthy choice as well, but try without added sweetener or added extra sweet on your coffee or tea. So that could be unhealthy choices as well. Then the rest of the beverages should be limited, or at least consumed in moderations, right? So like fruit juice, the milk, those made with low calorie sweeteners like diet drinks. Alcohol should be in moderation, because it could be healthy for some people, but not for everyone. Next is, I'm just going to show you this one. I really like this. Good food means it's good mood. So try our best to choose what we eat and stay active. All right, the next one would be physical activity, and Lorraine will discuss that. Sorry. Oh, sorry. There is one that I would like to share as well for my end part is dining at Parkland. I would just like to show to you how what's our kitchen or the dining room looks like and what we offer at Parkland.
Dining at Parkland is always a social occasion. You can share a table with family or with new friends. Who wouldn't want to join in? Each week, certified Red Seal chefs design a seasonally inspired menu, a wide variety of delicious three-course meals with unique specials every night. We try to use as much local product as we can. I highly recommend our signature seafood chowder, but every meal is great. It's what's not on the menu that sets us apart. The residents tell us what they want. You know, their favorites that they knew from growing up, or things they even cooked in their own home. They will actually submit recipes to us, and we can make it happen. We get to know everyone by name. We know their likes and dislikes, their special dietary needs, how they like things done. They will come right in the kitchen and tell us it was the best meal they've ever had. Everyone is welcome here. Sit where you like, dine when you like. Choice, selection, flavor, service. We deliver them all with pride.
Amazing. Lorraine?
Hello. Hi. So my name is Lorraine. We're going to be talking about physical activity and how it's important. As we all know, they always encourage us to be as active as possible. And the reason being is because it allows us to maintain our independence for as long as we possibly can. So we're just going to dive into some of the benefits and some ways we can stay active. So the health benefits, it improves your quality of sleep, less anxiety, reduces blood pressure, reduces risk of developing dementia, lowers risk of heart disease, lowers risk of getting certain cancers, reduces risk of weight gain, bone strength, because you always want to maintain your bone density, and that's especially important for females, and also reduces the risk of falls. Now, there's always immediate and then there's long-term side effects, benefits, of being physically active. So like we talked about already, improves your quality of sleep, less anxiety. So it helps to reduce stress. It's always a great outlet, especially if you're having a stressful day, just to get out there and go for a walk. Blood pressure reduces blood pressure. Long-term brain health. Also heart health too. Cardiovascular health is very important. Cancer prevention. So some of the cancers that it can lowers your risk for is bladder, breast, colon, endometrium, esophagus, kidney, lungs, and stomach. Also reduces the risk of weight gain, like we talked about before. Bone strength, improves your bone health, especially if you're predisposed to osteoporosis. And also balance. Right. So the question is always, how much physical activity do older adults need? And they suggested at least 150 minutes a week is a good amount. So for example, 30 minutes a day, walking 30 minutes a day for five days a week of moderate intensity activities is really beneficial. Or you can have 75 minutes a week of vigorous intensity activities such as hiking, jogging, or running. Or I always like to suggest aquafit. My mom got into it and she absolutely loves it. It's a really great form of cardiovascular activity to have, simply because it's really great on your joints. And they usually recommend it a lot if you've had like a knee replacement because of how beneficial it is. And at least 2 days a week of activities that strengthen your muscles, plus activities to improve balance, such as standing on one foot.
Just an example.
Yep, so we have a couple examples here. So example one is moderate intensity aerobic activity. So a brisk walk for 150 minutes. So 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. Strengthening activities could be just working your major muscle groups. So your legs, hips, back, abdomen, chest, shoulder, and arms. And that could be weight training. That could be something as simple as just doing some gentle squats that's assisted, things like that. Balancing activity, so walking heel to toe, my apologies, or standing from a seated position. Example number 2 of vigorous intensity aerobic activity would be jogging for 75 minutes and 1 hour and 15 minutes every week. Muscle strengthening activity, so those same muscle groups, so sit to stands using a weight, or maybe just doing it unassisted. So it's always great just to know where your base level is and to work safely from there, and also getting professional guidance as well. So a personal trainer whose focus is on working with older adults or working with certain conditions. And then when we go to example 3, an equivalent mix of moderate and vigorous. So it would be 2 or more days that work all of those muscle groups, and then just increasing that intensity based on what your base level is. Sorry. Oh. So as we talked about before, increasing your physical activity also with your nutrition helps with your immune system. And so they've actually found, have findings that it actually decreases your risk of COVID-19 hospitalizations and death, while inactivity increases that risk. So basically you're just strengthening your immune system and just making sure that your body is able to fight off anything. So if you do catch COVID, then at least you're able to fight it off, and the risk of hospitalization decreases. Sorry. And now when we go into, we always like to talk about what is available out there. So with Parkland Ajax and Parkland as a whole, we like to offer harmony recreation programs that touch all different domains of health. And that's because it will hit different things that will allow you to be more physically active. So for example, vocational, if we're going into like our previous careers or current careers, a lot of them are really active. So I know some of our residents are into woodworking. So that's something that's really active, and requires a lot of strength, things like that. So that allows them to stay that active. One of our residents also is an avid swimmer. She used to be a swimming instructor, and she's still really active in that. And when our pool opens in the next week, it'll be great because she's offering classes to our residents if they would like to, learn how to swim or just even participate in an aqua class. Social is also really good for our mental health, just interacting with different people. And then even like a walking group. I always say exercising with a friend makes time go by a little bit quicker and also is more enjoyable too. And then physical, we talked about the different forms of fitness that we can always participate in order to stay active. So here at Parkland, we do offer a variety of classes from our fitness professional, who's our recreation harmony manager. And all of it's based on what the residents' needs and desires are. So we have seated classes, standing, also the type of music we play also adds to that motivation, line dancing, things like that, just to keep you active. And just like Reverend was doing with the trivia, working the mind is always important. So those intellectual games and activities is always beneficial. And then emotional health too is really great. So just even doing things as a group as a whole, it really helps when it comes to your emotional health. It really helps in terms of just reducing that stress, right? And then spiritual, we all of us have different beliefs. And so it's always great to adhere to what fits you best. And yeah, at the end of the day, it's always beneficial, and it has multiple benefits to your life. So this is just an example of how everybody's day is a little bit different at Parkland, and everybody's day is different for everybody. So for example, we have Debbie, she participates in yoga class in the morning. She goes for book club. There's a cribbage tournament, Zumba Gold at 3:30, and then paint class later. And then we have Harold, who participates in a walking club, and then gardening club later, which is a great form of exercise in itself. And then trivia contest, Tai Chi at 2:30, which is amazing for balance. And then 7:30, he enjoys a nice movie. So those are just some of the different options. So just wanted to show you some of the different spaces that we have in our community. So this is our fitness studio. And this is just an example of how every different need is catered to. So we have our group classes, but we also have equipment along the side for individual fitness activities. So if someone doesn't want to join in a group, they can always come in and just enjoy the equipment that we have. And Adele, our recreation harmony manager, is happy to support anybody in any way that they would like. We have our theater, so we do have our spiritual services that are there. We do have a lot of trivia and cognitive games that are offered to our residents. And we also have movies. We also have special guest speakers that come in as well, talking about like the history of the Durham region or just different historical periods. And this is our Breton Bistro and Lounge. So we do hail from the Maritimes, hence the name. And so what's really nice is that we always want to make sure that people are able to socialize with their friends, because that social engagement is so important. Every Friday we have our pre-dinner mixer. Residents come with their family and friends and just enjoy company, right? And that's important for us. And then here is our Shannon's Pub, named after the Shannon family. We are a family-owned company, and so it's named after them. This area is nice because we do have a library area, a pool table, and a games area. And then just behind the pool table is a virtual simulator. There have been studies that shown that with virtual simulators is really amazing when it comes to balance, especially when it comes to golf. So a lot of our residents like to practice their swings during the winter or just play a couple of rounds with their friends and family. And now who doesn't want to look good and get their hair done? So we do have a salon and spa. So they can get their hair done, nails done, manicures, pedicures, and we also offer massages, and we have a foot care specialist that comes in as well. So it's always important to look at the body as a whole and take care of every aspect of it, right? You look good, you feel good, all of that together. Does anyone have any questions? No? Okay, we can move on. So we talked about relaxation and how important it is. So we just have a brief video just for a calm breathing exercise, sorry. So we're just gonna try this for a few minutes and just to, balance ourselves out and just relax.
This is a deep breathing exercise that will allow your body and mind to become calmer. Go ahead and make yourself comfortable as you gently close your eyes. You will inhale through your nose for a count of 4, hold the breath for a count of 7, and exhale through your mouth for a count of 8. Don't worry if you aren't exact here, just do your best. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You're doing a good job. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Keep going. Inhale, 4, hold for 7, and exhale, 8. Let it all go. Feel the stress release and your shoulders soften. Okay, inhale, 4, hold for 7,
and exhale 8. One more time. Inhale 4. Hold for 7. And exhale 8.
All right, hopefully everyone feels relaxed and zen after that breathing exercise. One of the points I also wanted to add is that when you're breathing, you want to focus on breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth, and you also want to try to breathe through your stomach. So your stomach expands and your chest stays level, because that's a form of diaphragmatic breathing, which is really beneficial. So one of the quotes that we all like is that you want to eat clean, drink water, stay active, and overall be as healthy as you possibly can be. All right. So we just wanted to showcase different ways in which you can, which is when you have access to a full kitchen, you're able to cook and do as you please. It's awesome because you're able to really control what you put into your food. Here at Parkland, you have different options. You can utilize our full kitchens. So we have a full fridge, microwave, stove, dishwasher, all of that. But then we also have a full kitchen as well. So you can either have the support of our culinary team who makes nutritious meals, or you can cook things on your own and really define what independence means to you. You also want to really just account for safety at all times, right? So we have fully accessible bathrooms in all of our suites, independent and our supportive living. So this one is just an example. So we do have walk-in showers. We have the handrails that are there. We even thought about the details regarding the toilet. So it's actually higher than average. And that really just supports safe, active living, right? So if anyone ever wants to get any more information about Parkland as a whole, we definitely invite the Durham community to come in and just see everything that we have to offer. We have our numbers here. So my colleague, Renee, her number is there, 289-387-9425. And then there's my email, my number, sorry, which is 289-314-5343. We're basically available 7 days a week. So if you wanted to come in, we're more than happy to support, just showing everything that Parkland at Ajax has to offer the Durham community. And so I'm actually in a suite right now. Let me see. Right.
There you go. I can hear you now.
And then just going throughout the suite, this is the common amenity space. So your living and eating area. And this is the master bedroom. So all of our 2-bedroom suites come with 2 bed, 2 bath, and then also a minimum of 2 balconies. We have plenty of storage space. Right. And then we have our bathroom. So you have your double sink. This one does boast a bathtub if you still want to use that, which is great. You have options. You have your grab bars, and it is lower than average. And as we talked about, the toilet is higher. My favorite part, because lots of storage in the bathroom is always important. So you have your pulled out shelves, drawers, sorry. And then coming back around, there's a linen closet behind the door as well. All of our suites do come with a washer and dryer, regardless of the size. So we either have side by side or stackable. We have the second bathroom, which has the walk-in shower that we talked about with the grab bars, just to ensure safety. And then we have the second bedroom. with some amazing views. So what's included in our suites is our utilities are included. So your water, hydro, electric, also your communication package. So your telephone, cable, Wi-Fi, high-speed internet. And then you also have access to a system we call Tenera. And with that Tenera system, basically, whenever you have an emergency, you can just press that button and one of our healthcare team members will definitely be here to support you, which is amazing. They're really quick with response. And another addition to it is that team members also have it. So if I'm walking down the hallway and I see someone that needs support, I can provide support with, I can press that button and Eloisa and her amazing team will come and support that resident. It's even able to locate exactly where I am. So if I were to press it right now, Eloisa would be able to know that I'm actually in the kitchen. And even if I don't press it, she can always locate me. So I can never hide from her or team members. And that's just that added level of safety that we have, that added layer, just to make sure that everyone is safe within our Parkland home. In terms of our suites, we have a variety of options. We have our studio suites, we have our 1 bedroom, we have 1 bedroom plus den, we have our 2 bedroom, and we also have our 2 bedroom plus den. Eloisa is showing the device right now. Thank you, Eloisa. And then in terms of our home, it is aging in place. So I know I went through the suite a little bit quick, but you may have noticed a couple of things. One is that our bedroom door, like all of our doors are wider. The hallways are wider throughout our entire community. Even when you go out to the hallway, we do have a railing along the hallway as well to support our residents because we are an aging in place community. In addition to that, we do have supportive living services. So we actually have the biggest range of services in the whole entire Durham community. So our residents know that when they're coming here, they never have to worry about anything happening. They never have to worry about, I need to go somewhere else because my level of care is higher, because we have everything right here. So we do have assisted living. We have memory care, and we also have enriched care. So basically everyone is taken care of and they still are able to maintain the level of life that they'd like to live. So also they're able to really define what independence means to them. So like I talked about before, we have our full kitchens, but then we also have an amazing restaurant downstairs. I have to say, I know this is being recorded, but I have gained a couple pounds since working here. And that's because our chef is absolutely amazing. He's worked all around the world and he just takes so much pride and he has so much passion in supporting our residents and providing nutritious meals that are quite tasty. And then on top of that, we do have a pastry chef. I love, and I also hate her too, because it's so good. And there's so many different options that are available to our residents. So here at Parkland, our main focus is making sure that residents know that they're home and that they're supported in everything and they're able to live the life that they'd like to live, which is fully independent and to be comfortable. And that's it. Are there any questions from anybody? No. Okay, all right, well, I believe we're done. Karen, are you still there?
Yes, I'm here. I'm here. So how has it been like since you guys have been in the area? What has it been like for you? Can you hear me, Elaine? Lorraine, sorry.
Sorry, yes, I can hear you now. Lost it.
I said, what has it been like since you guys have moved in to Ajax?
Oh, it's been absolutely amazing. Just having all the new residents coming into the community, you really get that sense and energy of home. Everyone's just so excited to be here. They're also quite nice. It's been a journey.
What floor are you on?
I'm on the 5th floor. So we have 15 stories here. So we have our supportive living from the 2nd to the 4th floor. And then our lifestyle suites, which are independent suites, are from the 5th floor all the way to the 12th. We don't have the 13th floor because that's bad luck. And then we have our 14th and 15th floor, which are our penthouse suites.
So for those who have like someone visiting, say if you have your grandkids want to come over and spend the weekend, what accommodation can be made? What is that like?
So it's all up to the resident and what they would like to do. Some residents like to have their loved one in the suite with them. So they're definitely allowed to have resident visitors in their suite because it's their home. But then if they're anything like me, you don't want them to be right on top of you. Sometimes you want a little bit of space. So we do offer guest suites as well. And so you can have similar to this one. You can decide if you want your meals provided from our restaurant or if you just want to cook on your own.
Can you tell us a little bit more about, you had showed that device pertaining to, is that used to locate a resident?
Yes, so obviously we would like to provide as much privacy to our residents as possible. So we're not tracking anybody. This is strictly for their security and for their independence as well. So for example, if I was to call my mother at 9:30 in the morning every day, and all of a sudden she's not answering the phone, my question is, what's going on? So instead of having to drive all the way to the location to find out if she's okay, extra thing that I can do is I can just call concierge and be like, hey, mom didn't answer her phone today. Could you please let me know like where she is or if she's okay? Can you check on her? And then we can use this pendant and basically find out maybe my mom decided to go to Tai Chi that morning and that's why she forgot that we have our regular calls. And so they'll know that she's there, they'll go and check on her, and that's basically it, right? So set that extra layer. And then outside of that, if she were to have an emergency, she can press that button. And what I like about it too is the fact that if I see someone that's in distress, I don't have to look for their pendant in order to press it and get help. I can just press mine and then I get that immediate response.
Does anybody have any questions? Terry, you're awfully quiet today. Is Terry there? Did I lose Terry?
It's been a good presentation. I mean, it sort of covers everything.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm certainly not looking for anything like this right now, but it's nice to know what's out there,
Yes.
sort of the range of services, I would say. And the presentations of it, like what the walls look like, what the floors look like I can't even explain what I mean, but like the overall appearance, I guess, of each suite.
I think, Terry, you're even when you're not directly looking for it as immediate need, it's always good to know what's outside in the community. So if that need arises, it's there for you. So it's not like when all of a sudden you need it, it's like I'm scrambling to do research. At least you know what's there. It's always just planning for the future, right? So some of the people that have chosen to live at Parkland may not necessarily choose to live here right now. Some of them have actually been put onto our wait list. So they're actually just securing a possible journey or a path. And what's nice too is that we offer a lot of flexibility. So if someone were to make a reservation or go on the wait list, the deposit's 100% refundable because we want to make sure that anybody coming into our community is comfortable and they're happy and they know that this is home and they're 100% sure. So that flexibility is there. So Terry, you're absolutely right. It's all about just knowing what's out there. And then when you're ready, it's all about just taking those steps to to research just a little bit more, right?
Now, are you full or do you have vacancies?
We do have vacancies. We do have a lot of our suites reserved though. So for example, our studio suites, we only have one that's left. So a lot of them have been reserved. Availability is decreasing, but we do have options available.
How important is it, design of the interior, the colors and those type of elements play in the overall feel of each space?
So I'm going to lie and say that I'm the one that designed these suites, but I did not. And I'd like to do that simply because I really like the colors and the selections that they have because it's neutral, but it's warm. So that no matter what pieces of furniture you're bringing into your suite, it's not clashing with anything. It just fits and it's perfect. So that's the reason why we chose the colors that we chose and the materials that we have. And then even in terms of like like I was talking before about how the doorways are wider than average. So accessibility is definitely there. Aging in place is definitely within each of the suites, and it's thoughtfully designed out just to make sure that residents are always comfortable, but they're safe.
So it can't be repainted to your colors?
You can definitely repaint it. It's similar to like getting a condo or an apartment. You just need to return it back to the way it was before. But some people have come in and they wanted to change the fixtures. They're more than welcome to do so, making certain additions. We just ask that you just let us know, and that's it.
How long does it take from when you decide that you want to move in? How long does the transition take?
How long is the transition? So basically what would need to be done is you select your suite, make the deposit, you have to get a health assessment done. So we give you a physician's package that you would go to your physician with for them to fill out. And then you would speak with Eloisa or her lovely team members that just to get a baseline of the services that are needed or not needed. And then after that, ready to move in. So it can be a very quick turnaround. I've seen some people decide that they wanted to move into our home and they moved in as quick as a week. Some people, it may take longer because maybe they need to give 30 days notice at their current residence.
Anybody else have any other questions? Going once,
Twice.
going twice.
We're always here, so it's okay.
Thank you so much, Lorraine and your team, for a wonderful presentation. Sometimes you see when presentations are done, you really do your homework in terms of providing valuable information. I'm answering those questions that those who are listening in would like to know. So I want to say thank you very much for being here today, for providing us with such valuable information. And we're looking forward to hearing from you and working with you in the future.
For sure. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much for joining us. Bye. So thank you everyone for joining us today for our presentation. We want to thank Parkland Ajax, Reverend Michelin, our host. Reverend Michelin had to leave earlier, but we'll be back next week. We want to thank you for taking the time for being here with us. You can visit our website at www.caronfenn.org. Click on our seniors program to learn more about our speakers and their organization. You'll be sent an email of our upcoming event, which our last week is next week. We've asked our speakers for their presentation so that we can make it available. All of our program each week is recorded and will be available. We will send you an email once it's available online for you to watch it or share it with your friends and family members. On behalf of the Carrie and Fenn Foundation, I want to thank our speakers and all of you for joining us for our Paul Culver and Sparky Johnson Seniors program today. We want to thank the Carrie and Fenn Foundation team, Ajax Legion, Parkland Ajax, Granddad Cares, and PinDad Limited. Our next event is next Thursday, May 25th at 1 p.m. At the Ajax Legion.
That was my question.
Yes, so we are going to be physical at the Ajax Legion. We'll also broadcast online as well. We will send you an email to remind you that the event will be physical as well as virtual. So for those who may not know, Ajax Legion is at 111 Hunt Street in Ajax. We will need everyone to send us an email, or if you already registered to be physical, we will know your numbers. We are going to be having a trivia and prize pack for everyone that are present. We will be focusing on technology as well, mental health. We have Safe Harbor Support who will be speaking, and we'll be doing a tribute to our dear friend Sparky Johnson. So once again, thank you everyone for joining us. We appreciate you being here, and we will see you next